This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
You are what you watch.
Hello, my name is Harriton Buatco. Welcome to our program. We have 2 months to go before the elections. What has happened? Well, the great divisiveness. It seems it's always the same in any election, every part of the world. It seems America is doing the same thing. The funny part about the election, especially in the Philippines, is we have followed the American way of life with what we call negative campaigning. Now, of course, our system is slightly different from the American system. However, we did follow the presidential system. Naiiba lang po yan. Kaya mahirap-hirap sundan yung tinatawag nila Super Tuesday. You know, sa Amerika, may mga delegates sila. Kasi po yun, ang naiiba, para hindi makapasok yung mga dinastiya o yung mga walang kompetensya, walang alam, para maging presidente. In the Philippines, we allow it, as you very well know. Now, we have a very funny system wherein we have what we call the mestizo of both the parliamentary and the presidential. We have what we call the party lists, which are representative seats that come in during the election. You can only vote one party list in any election anywhere all around the country. And on this specific program, I would like to promote a specific party list. For some of you who may know, I did join the electoral contest some 3 years ago, and I was with the Kapatiran Party. Now, the Kapatiran Party, when I joined them, I was of the impression, the perception, and of the aspiration, if necessary, that this be the major political party called the Catholic Political Party of the Philippines. In fact, I was even part of the committee that tried to change their name. Of course, this was in vain. The Kapatiran Party went on and on. Then, in my TV show as well, in this very same program, we launched the presidency of Lito David, who was then running 3 years ago in the Senate and positioned himself for the presidency in this election. Unfortunately, he was disqualified, not because of any real reason other than Kapatiran deciding that they will not join the political contest. Wait, hold on. Didn't I just say that was a political party? Exactly. A political party that decided not to join the political foe or the contest. So I guess hindi talaga political party any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you another, well, in my perception, the Catholic political party, the party list that really represents the Catholic voters. Ako, para sa akin, I don't understand it. Bakit kaya nangangampanya pa itong party list na ito? Ang pangalan po ang pro-life. When to begin with, they adhere 100%, hindi 99 po, 100% sa mga Katoliko. Now, if you think the Christians and the Catholics, we form about 95%, this should be dapat close contest na. Wala nang kalaban. If 95% of the Catholics make up the Philippine population, di obviously dapat ang pro-life, #1 party list. Let's not forget, no, ang buhay, tsaka yung isa pa, yung sibak. Yan, ano yan, mga evangelist yan, yung mga born again or whatever you want to call them. Ito, Catholic to eh. Then again, let's listen to what they have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you both of them in our show today. Now, I understand they were in the same TV network about a week ago. Is that correct? With Herman Tiu Laurel. But they're here today. Let me introduce them. We have the third nominee. He's actually the SecGen of the Ang Pro-Life Party List. We have Attorney Yan Luen Labisig Lumanta. He's from Dipolog City. He's the Secretary General. And we also have Anthony Perez, the spokesperson of Pro-Life. Gentlemen, the stage is yours. The television cameras are pointed to you. Tell us about the Pro-Life bago ako makialam at magsalita. Kayo muna, Sec Gen.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank you, Harry, and
You're
this
very
station.
welcome. Basta Catholic Party yan, ha? Kaya wala nang laban lahat ng... Pag Katoliko po kayo, isa lang pwede nyo botohin. Na hindi nyo botohin to, obviously hindi kayo Katoliko. Ganun lang yan. Sige, Luen.
Well, ang Pro-Life Party List actually is a coalition of families, family organizations, and youth-oriented organization who have formed together.
Ang tawag mo dyan, di ba? Ang taong bayan. Sige, go ahead.
Yes. So, in order to promote and preserve the sanctity of life and the relevance of the family and marriage in our country, especially during this time when life, marriage, and families are being threatened due to so-called ideological colonization, which destroys our life, family, and marriages.
Now, no? What do you mean by ideological colonization? Di ba, Noynoy Liberal Party thinking yon? Is that what it means?
Well,
in the last 5 years, that's exactly that's what it amounts to.
Yung ideological colonization po na term ay nakuha po natin kay Pope Francis. No?
Okay.
Kasi tayo, dito sa Pilipinas, yung ating kultura, hinangaan ni Pope Francis sapagkat napaka-close ng ating pamilya at ganoon na lamang yung ating pagpapahalaga sa buhay. Kaya lang, merong mga ideolohiya na nanggagaling sa ibang bansa, yung hindi nanggagaling sa Pilipinas, na they try to introduce this kind of culture which is anti-life and anti-family.
Mga Amerikano.
In short.
Mga Amerikano. Dito, supported by the Noynoy government. Diba? But go ahead.
Kung titingnan natin, dito sa ating bansang Pilipinas, yun na nga, yung mag-asawa, ang pamilya ay napaka-strong. Ngayon, gusto nilang i-introduce yung tinatawag mong divorce, no? Na wala naman tayo before, no? Tayo na lang daw yung bansa na wala pang divorce, kaya dapat mag-divorce na rin tayo.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
So ito yung mga ideolohiya na gusto nilang i-introduce at marami pang iba, na gusto nilang i-introduce sa ating bansa na kung sakaling papalarin ang Pro-Life Party List, na makakuha ng mga seat sa Kongreso, ay ito po ay atin pong haharangin sa Kongreso.
Yun. Biro mo, and you think you're still saying kung bigbigyan kayo ng the opportunity, the chance to get into Congress. I don't understand. If you represent the Catholic Church and the Catholic teachings, why do you even think there's a vulnerability of not even winning? Di ba dapat siguradong panalo na yan?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Kasama dun sa ideological colonization kasi is yung pag-shift na rin ng ating mga paniniwala. I remember during the heat of the RH battles, ang perception ng taong bayan sa RH is, lalo yung mga sumusuporta dito, hindi naman makaka-lead sa abortion ang RH na sinasabi nila. But if you take a look at comments and the sentiments of people now, it has changed. Ang sinasabi nila ngayon, pwede naman siguro yung abortion in some cases, siguro naman acceptable na yan. So, in the last few years, we have seen these changes in sa perception at mga pananaw ng tao. And tayo sa Pro-Life Party List, we want to restore the traditional Filipino family values na siguro nawala na natin through the years dahil na rin dun sa mga batas na they're trying to pass. Ang lagi kong sinasabi dyan, yung tingnan yung mga batas na pinapasa nitong administration na to, yung RH, yung pwede magkaanak, tinututulan ng anak. They try to pass divorce. Yung mag-asawa pinaghihiwalay. Pero yung hindi mag-asawa, yung hindi pwede mag-asawa, pwede daw same-sex marriage. These are things na at first it's funny, but it's funny because it's true. We're under siege. The Filipino family is under siege.
Do not the majority of Filipinos compose, or 95-96% of us, are basically Christian and Roman Catholic, correct? do we not go to Mass, and is not this evident in every barrio, municipality, city, province, all over the country, even in the poorer areas, all the way up to the very rich enclaves? I mean, the Masses are basically quite full, Sunday after Sunday. The role of the priest is very pronounced. And yet, we are in danger of all of these new ideas coming in that are against the teaching of the Catholic Church. That's what you're saying.
Yes. We are a highly sacramentalized but...
So hindi na tayo Katoliko, ang Pilipino nawala na.
Well, ang lagi sinasabi dyan is we're highly sacramentalized but we are poor in catechism. Yung sarili nating pananaw ang nananaig, hindi yung talagang turo ng simbahan. So, ang talagang kailangan talaga dito is more catechism and more information and more education. Kasi, in fairness, hindi lang naman po talaga ang pinaglalaban ng pro-life, hindi lang naman puro pang-katolikong ideas. Kung hindi, these are ideas that are founded by natural law and also yung makaka-affect sa common good ng tao.
Well,
go ahead.
gusto ko lang liwanagin, kasi binabanggit niyo po na kami ay isang Catholic organization. No? So, i-define, gusto ko po munang, ano po bang definition ng Catholic organization? Kung ang ibig po sabihin ng Catholic organization ay isang organisasyon na tinatag ng hierarchy ng simbahan, ng mga obispo, ng mga pare, okay, makilaho kayo dyan sa institusyon namin kayo, irerehistro namin kayo, okay, you are a Catholic organization. Hindi po kami ganong klase. Kasi kung kami po ay isang religious organization, ay malamang sa malamang ay hindi tinagap, hindi kami inaccredit ng COMELEC, sapagkat sa batas po natin, bawal po ng isang religious organization ay maging isang political party.
Wait, isn't that farcical? What about Sibak? How about Buhay? Ang dami dyan. I mean, tell me, Buhay is not El Shaddai. Sibak is not Eddie Villanueva. Go ahead, tell me that that's not true.
Well, in case po, I cannot speak po for Buhay and Sibak. I could not also defend them. At I can only speak for ang pro-life party list.
I realize I'm just saying it's a farce. While I agree with you, those are the rules. You're merely trying to follow the rules. But the truth of the fact remains that really they are really highly concentrated. I'm sure the fans of Buhay parties, I mean, the same brother, what's his name? Brother Mike. Velarde. His children are the nominees. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Ganon din yung kay Villanueva. In fact, he ran for the presidency. And tell me, he's separating himself as the pastor, the lead head pastor. Di ba? So it's a farce. It's a farce. But go ahead.
Well, we can just hope that our bishops will support us.
Well, that's the funny part.
And,
I didn't want to bring that up until later because I wanted you to present. Go ahead, present more of the parties because I have a funny point, and that's, I don't understand why the church natutulog sa kungkungan and don't come out and say, you guys believe and follow every teaching and catechism and what have you, and yet they don't come out and stand for you. That's the part I don't understand. Ako, I'm Catholic. Unless I refuse to be Catholic, I have no other option but to vote for pro-life. Ganun lang po yun. Ganun ang basahan dyan eh. Kung di huwag ka mag-Katoliko, umalis ka. Di ba? Sumali ka sa El Shaddai, sumali ka sa Sibak. Form your own cult. Di ba? Pero kung Katoliko ka, wala kang choice. But go ahead. Let's go back to your presentation of the party.
Well, kami po sa ang pro-life, bagamat inaamin namin na kami po ay mga Katoliko. No? Kami po ay mga Katoliko na na-inspire po sa teachings ng aming simbahan, na-inspire po sa turo ng aming Santo Papa na nagsabi, mingle, sumali kayo sa politika.
You have to.
Yes, kasi kung kailangan natin ng pagbabago, no, bakit natin hahayaan yung mga corrupt, yung mga anti-life, yung mga anti-family na mga politicians na mag-govern sa atin? Bakit hindi na lang tayo mismo na mga laikong Katoliko, na mga sumusunod sa turo ng Panginoon, tayo mismo ay makilahok kung meron naman tayong kakayanan, na maglingkod sa ating bayan, na magsilbi sa Kongreso, bakit hindi tayo makilahok?
Well said. Amen. You are now cardinal.
Unfortunately, marami sa atin may pananaw, politika, marumi yan, ayokong mag-participate. But
It is.
it is,
It is dirty.
It is
and
what
everyone's
it
going to
is.
ask you for money.
It is what, yeah, by your experience now.
Of course.
It is what it is. But this is the challenge of the Holy Father himself, no? To sanctify the whole world, including the political realm. Ang laging sinasabi ng iba rin is, wala naman akong alam eh. Pero if you take a look at the other
Mas wala silang alam.
Yeah, exactly. Yung katulad ng sinabi ko the other week, no, ang isang candidate, sabi ko is, ang puhunan niya lang yung abs niya. Yung, nag-post siya ng picture online, it's very young, ang puhunan niya lang is yung abs. Vote for me is parang half-naked picture. And then that's it. Parang we do not even talk about issues anymore, etc. Kaya, this is my challenge.
Tanggalin mo na shirt mo. Sumbay ka na.
No. Unfortunately, that will turn people off.
Well, we're still on the campaign trail, so okay, keep it on. Okay.
So, yun, sinasabi ko sa mga young people, please do not be afraid to serve.
That's true. What will pro-life promise when you become that congressman? You will follow all the teachings of the church. That we are guaranteed of.
Yes, of course. We are faithful, the members are faithful Catholics, the nominees are also Catholics. We adhere to the so-called social teachings of the church, which does not only apply to Catholics, which would not be beneficial only to Catholics. Ito ay holistic, no? Kung babasahin mo yung
So
social
you join everybody.
Yes.
Ang taong bayan
yes.
talaga.
Ang taong bayan, maski na hindi.
Kung Muslim ka, should I vote for you?
Yes. No?
You should. Okay.
Kasi ang ating mga kapatid na Muslim
Iwan
ay
na natin, out na natin sila.
pabor sa buhay, no? Kung ikaw ay anuman yung relihiyon mo, ikaw ay pabor sa buhay, ayaw mo ng mga legislative agenda na hindi pumapabor sa pamilya, nasisirain ang pamilya, you will vote for ang pro-life.
There you go. Gentlemen, we're going to have to take a short break. Don't mind my comedy. I really mean it to be comedic, and it's almost farcical. I do that because I wish to convey to you the extent of how I feel, or sometimes how I find, or how I see how foolish things really are. It is very basic. You have 100 million Filipinos or more. Let's say 100, so it's a given number. And we have 96% that comprise both the Catholic and the Christian faith. Basically, out of that, a very, very big majority are still Catholic. In fact, we are the bastions, in Asia most especially, and around the world, we are the very strong Catholic, and we are proud of it. Our schools, everything. And yet, we as a people don't seem to want to vote together using or having our faith-based thinking. We seem to act and go in different ways. Now, when we come back, I'd like to inject or discuss with the gentleman here of the pro-life party list the issues of why we don't hear on Sunday, for example, our parish priests that will say, vote pro-life, for example. After all, who else will defend the teachings of the church? These gentlemen, this political party, this trying and going into the exercise of trying to get your vote so that you as a Catholic, the Catholic, first and foremost, not necessarily just the person, will have a say in Congress. After all, it is true. The degradation of the morality of the Filipino is on a downward trend. Like oil, it might not be worth anything. What is there left to operate? We'll be right back. Stay with us.